Hi there. This is the Bernat Handicrafter cotton dishcloth for beginners. I've cast on my stitches and I'm ready to do the next step in the process, which is knit every stitch. And you already know how to do a knit stitch, I'm sure, because you're learning how to knit. But all you do is you go into your stitch, and if you open it up real big like this, you'll be able to see where I'm going. I'm going straight into the right side of that stitch right there. So you don't go in between the stitches. You go in through that first part of the stitch. And then you grab your yarn from the ball. That's the yarn from the ball. And you wrap it around that right needle. And then you pull it through. And then you push every bit of this off to the right. And now we'll do another knit stitch. Go in there to the right, wrap it, pull it through to the left, and then take it off. And you just do that over and over again for every stitch all the way across the row. And after a while you'll just start to flow, and it won't be hard work at all. If you have arthritis like I do, don't hold this yarn too tight. What I usually do is I wrap it around that pinky and I bring this finger up like this, and I let the yarn flow through my fingers as I work. I don't hold it really tight. If you hold it too tight, it could cause some pain if you have arthritis like I do. And you young people out there, you can fly and you hold it as tight as you want, right? Just be careful not to do it too tight, because if you make your stitches too tight, then they're hard to work. Each row gets a little bit harder to work. So it's better to let the stitches work smoothly, let the yarn flow. So that's how to do the knit stitch. And so you'll finish all of that. And I've only got like 22 stitches on my row. I didn't cast on all 37. I did a smaller version. So I'm going to go ahead and finish all the way to the end of this row and let you see how it ends. Just have a few more. There. And then I have one stitch left. So you go in the right side of that. Wrap it and you pull it through, and your last stitch might look real loose like mine does, but don't worry about that. It'll all even out eventually. So now all the stitches that you just worked over to the right, you bring that needle to the left, and now you're going to be doing the same thing across. Now here is where a lot of knitters, when they're first beginning, could make a mistake. The first stitch is very loose, and you're like, I did something wrong, but you didn't do anything wrong. That's okay. It'll even out as you knit. Because look, I've been knitting for a long time. I'm an experienced knitter, and it's loose for me. So that's the way it's supposed to be. So make sure that your yarn is down in front, and you've got these little knots across the bottom of your stitch. See those little green knots I've got all the way across? They should all be down. So even this last one, it should be down. Some knitters want to take this back and tighten it up. Don't do that, because if you do, you make two loops to work, and that makes you have too many stitches. So leave this yarn down and leave that loop hanging loose like that. Don't worry about it. It'll fix itself as you work. So now, as you're making your first stitch, pull it a little snug, since that yarn is kind of loose there. And then just keep working, and always going in the right side of each stitch. And see, it already looks better where I just worked. So this is how you knit every row. Just work in the right side of each stitch. Wrap around, pull it through, and take it over. And you'll see lots of other videos on YouTube on how to do a net stitch. And you can choose your own method, however you want to do it. As long as you're knitting every stitch, your dishcloth will turn out just fine like all the rest. And I'm using Bernat Handicrafter Cotton Peace and Love in the color Psychedelic. I like it, how it has all those different colors. But you can use any color you want so that it looks pretty in your kitchen. And that's all there is to doing the net stitch. And then you can follow the next video that will show you how to bind off, and you'll have your dishcloth finished. See you later. Bye.